Right now at 6, parents enraged and students walking out in protest after 2 St. Helens teachers are charged with sex crimes against children.
I want them to make change. I think the superintendent needs to be fired.
Then a community rattled by late-night gunfire that ended with police shooting a man.
I've lived here for my whole life, and this isn't Camas.
Plus, why a Portland city commissioner is being slapped with a new campaign finance violation after his unsuccessful run for mayor.
And a surprise eviction notice for a longtime Portland record store.
We've been here 42 years.
Why 2nd Avenue Records is being forced to find a new home.
Thanks for joining us. I'm David Molko.
And I'm Christine Pitawanich. Today, students at St. Helens High School walked out protesting how the district dealt with a current and a former teacher, both charged with sex abuse.
Let's get right to Devin Haskins live in St. Helens. So, Devin, what are you hearing from those protesting?
Yeah, they want change. They want change at both the high school and the district level with how the whole situation was handled. How a teacher that's being investigated by police for sex abuse claims was still allowed to teach at the high school. At just after 8 Thursday morning, students spilling out to the front of St. Helens High School, angry with the district. St. Helens police today laying out new information about what led up to the arrest of Eric Stearns, a choir teacher at St. Helens High, and Mark Collins, a retired teacher. Both are being charged with several counts each of sexual abuse involving a minor.
Actually, it was a unique way of starting an investigation. It came from a Safe Oregon tip from a TikTok video.
Joseph Hogue is the city's acting police chief. He says detectives started their investigation in September.
That initial post led to a bunch more interviews with people who were involved with the TikTok video or commenting on the TikTok video. That second name of Collins came up as well.
Detectives subpoenaed both teachers' personnel records at the school and let the school know in October they were investigating a current teacher for sexual abuse. Police say school records show that from 2019 to 2023.
Well, they found that much of the information that they got from victims in this case was that the victims had reported some of this information to the school district. And in many cases, they found that there were records of that. Multiple, yes.
Eric Stearns pled not guilty in court on Wednesday to 8 charges. Mark Collins pled not guilty Thursday to 3 charges.
I want them to make change.
Outside the school,
it shows that we're not just one, we're all together with this.
Anger and frustration from students and parents.
I think the superintendent needs to be fired. The school district, they need a whole new school district. Dr. Wagner needs to be fired. These kids need to be safe in this town, and they're not in this school.
St. Helens police said this case is still being investigated, but did not say if any new victims have come forward in light of the recent arrests earlier this week. School tomorrow at St. Helens High School has been canceled, as well as school at Plymouth High School here in the same district. Back to you.
Devin Haskins reporting live from St. Helens. Appreciate the update, Devin. We will continue to follow these cases, but in the meantime, our team on the story is working to speak with more people in the St. Helens community who may have information about the accusations. If that is you, email the story at kgw.com or call and leave a voicemail. The number there on your screen, that is 503-226-5090.
In your headline, school is canceled once again in Albany tomorrow as the teacher strike there continues. The district says it is now working with a state mediator. Teacher demands include better pay and smaller class sizes. The district says progress has been made in negotiations when it comes to pay, but added it cannot afford to meet the teachers' demands around class sizes.
Portland City Commissioner Rene Gonzalez is facing another fine for a campaign finance violation stemming from his failed mayoral run. The Oregonian reports the city auditor fined Gonzalez just over $9,000 for being too slow to return about $3,000 in excess donations. Candidates in Portland's public financing program generally can't get donations of more than $350. Any amount greater must be returned within a week. The auditor found Gonzalez failed to do so 17 times. In a statement, Gonzalez said the campaign received no benefit from the excess donations and returned the money as soon as it was discovered.
Also in election headlines, Republican Congresswoman Lori Chavez DeRemer has conceded to her Democratic challenger Janelle Bynum, ending her bid for a second term. This comes after the Associated Press, the AP, called the race in Oregon's 5th congressional district for Bynum, who leads the incumbent by about 10,000 votes. 9 days after the election? It took a while. In a statement, the congressman saying, quote, "Although this isn't the outcome we had hoped for, I'm proud of what we accomplished together. I hope Ms. Bynum will follow the example I've set over the past 2 years and serve as a pragmatic, thoughtful, and bipartisan leader who will work with the Trump administration to address housing affordability, improve public safety, and secure the border."
And a Clackamas County judge has ruled the city of Lake Oswego cannot ban people from getting to Oswego Lake through city-owned parks. The legal drama began back in 2012 when Lake Oswego City Council passed the ordinance. A lawsuit was filed soon after. The case then went all the way to the Oregon Supreme Court, but then came back to Clackamas County. The city has been ordered to allow access through Millennium Plaza Park, but can still restrict access through Sunderleaf Plaza and Headley Walkway. Matt?
All right, Christine, thanks very much. We've got some pretty good showers falling in Portland right now downtown. Out of the Oregon Zoo, the lights beginning to come on. It's always a festive time of year up there. 47 degrees, so it is on the cool side. As I mentioned, some pretty good rain over the downtown area and the east side right now. Don't worry, this won't last that long. It's going to be moving off. This is just another one of those batches of showers that we've been dealing with, going in and out of during the day, all day today. Fairly heavy rain in Clark County yet again. They've been hit pretty hard the last couple days. Notice the showers down the valley towards Eugene. There was an interesting one earlier in the day at about 12:15. A funnel cloud was sighted near Monroe, Oregon, here just to the north and northwest of Eugene, south of Corvallis. So interesting enough, didn't touch down, do any damage, and was briefly seen there. Meanwhile, up in the Cascades, snowing yet again. You can see the new snow on the windshield of that car right there. It's 27. There's been 6 inches of new snow since last night, but there is a lot more on the way. So we're looking at showers ending overnight tonight and tomorrow morning. There may be a few over the Coast Range, Coast and Cascades in the morning, but they'll die out. Then we get a break until about midday Saturday. Then the rain returns, and that'll come with heavy Cascade snow. We've got a winter storm watch up in the mountains. We'll show you how much is going to fall. Guys?
Yeah, I'll take a little break from the rain. Thank you, Matt. Developing in Camas, Washington State Patrol is investigating what led up to a Clark County Sheriff's deputy shooting a man and sending him to the hospital.
This afternoon, we learned that man has since been released and taken to jail. The shooting was late last night on Northeast Everett near 23rd, and the sheriff's office says no one else was hurt. Thomas Schultz has the details.
Up here in Camas, neighbors are shaken up after this shooting, and as you can imagine, it was a restless night for many.
I was sitting in my living room, and next thing I heard a shot.
Around 9:45 Wednesday night, Ashley Valenzuela, her husband, and 4 kids were jolted from a restful night by the sound of gunshots.
My kids thought fireworks. I said, no, that's not fireworks.
Just a couple houses down, the Clark County Sheriff's Office says shots were fired. For the next half hour, gunfire continued.
Probably not even 5 minutes later, I heard a second one. 5 minutes after that, we heard a third one.
4 law enforcement agencies responded and say a man was outside this home who wasn't supposed to be there. Deputies believe the man had a restraining order placed against him, preventing him from visiting this home or owning guns.
It was a little bit chaotic.
Using an armored vehicle, law enforcement approached him, hoping to talk. That's when they say the shooting took place.
I know the husband or ex-husband was a little bit troubled.
Police have not confirmed the man's relation to the home. We do know a Clark County deputy shot him, and then he was taken to the hospital.
Obviously, this is a very dynamic situation, and it's going to be ongoing. It's going to be a while before we can put all the pieces together.
And to neighbors like Valenzuela, something like this happening so close to home is shocking.
Like I said, I've lived here for my whole life, and this isn't Camas.
Now, there's still a lot we don't know about what led up to this shooting. We don't even know the name of the man that was shot. Though we do know that body camera footage will be released at a later date. That date is not yet determined. Now, as for the deputy who shot the man, they've been placed on administrative leave, which is standard protocol. In Camas, Thomas Schultz, KGW News.
Multnomah County gave an update today on its Deflection program. The system meant to move some people caught with small amounts of illegal drugs toward treatment instead of jail.
Portland police say since recriminalization on September 1st, they've had roughly 225 interactions, their words, that led to 97 people going into deflection. 130 others who it appears did not qualify or choose deflection were arrested. In Southeast Portland's Buckman neighborhood, the deflection center there has now been open about a month with data available for the first 2 weeks. It shows 19 referrals with 13 choosing deflection. The center's operator says that seems like a good start.
After 1 month of being open, operations are going smoothly at the Coordinated Care Pathway Center. We are confident with the team we have in place, and the facility is serving us very well.
The county says additional data will be released quarterly starting in February.